Hi everyone, welcome back to Active Mindfulness Mindful Mondays. As always, I'm Gemma. I'm a psychologist, a cognitive behavioural therapist and a mindfulness teacher. I teach mindfulness for a number of reasons for people with anxiety, low mood, living with long-term health conditions. I'm also a trainer in a program called Mindfulness for Sports Performance and Enhancements. So as you can tell from that, there are lots of reasons to do mindfulness, and a search of mindfulness will just produce so many results of reasons why it's helpful for different groups of people. So I'm going to guide you through a meditation today, which is a little bit different from our usual, and it's in honour of the fact that here in the UK it was Valentine's Day yesterday. And it's a meditation that is from a tradition of meditation that's about love and kindness and compassion. And it's about really cultivating those feelings within yourself. So I will take you through the meditation, see what you think, have a go, take part as much or as little as feels right for you. And I will, as always, ring bells at the start and the end to signify the start and the finish. Okay, let's go. So the first thing is just to invite you to get into a position that feels comfortable for you. It's important that you're comfortable. You may want to be sat like me, or you may prefer to lie down. That's absolutely fine. If you prefer to walk around, fine. Whatever is going to feel right for you. So I'm going to invite you just to close your eyes. So only if you feel comfortable and safe to do so where you are. If you feel comfortable to, you could close your eyes, and if not, you could do a kind of a half closed, or you could rest your gaze lightly on the floor in front of you, or the ceiling if you're laying down. Whatever feels right for you, and if you want to experiment with that as the session goes on, also feel free to do so. So if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, we're just going to see if we can take our attention and let it settle, let it rest on your breath. So breathing being something that you do all day long, all night long, every day. And we rarely notice it until something goes wrong. But here we're just going to really try and focus our attention on that breath. Deliberately and on purpose, just notice the breath. It may be that you start with the place that the breath is most vivid to you. That could be the gateways of the nose or the mouth, or even the rise and fall of your belly. Really just becoming aware of your breath as you sit or lie here breathing. So in a moment, when you're ready, we're going to use our memories and our imagination. What I'd like you to do is see if you can bring up someone in your mind, someone or something that you have loved easily in your life. It could be a pet, or a child, or a person. Someone or something that is easy to love. See if you can really picture them in your mind's eye. Perhaps noticing shapes, colours. Perhaps widening your senses and noticing any sense of being able to smell or hear this person or this pet. Without any sense of touch. Really seeing if you can take yourself in your mind's eye to a place where you're with this person or pet. Perhaps it's someone or an animal that you still have in your life, or perhaps they've passed away. And see if you can notice when you're with them what that feels like for you in your body. Becoming aware of what your feet feel like, what your legs feel like, what it's like in your hands, your arms, your shoulders. The core of your body, your stomach, your chest, your back, your face and your skull. Just becoming aware of what it feels like in your body to be with this person or pet, in your memories or your imagination. If no one or nothing particularly comes to mind, then just using your imagination to see if you can imagine what that would feel like, what that might be like. What it's like to be with this person or animal that you love and care for. Cultivating a feeling of care, of love, of connection. The more often we cultivate this feeling, the more we're able to experience it, the more we turn our minds and our bodies towards it. Really just tuning in to what that's like. If at times you notice your mind kind of wander off onto other thoughts, evaluations, difficulties, it's not your fault. Minds just like to wander. See if you can notice where it's wandered to and just guide your attention back to focusing in on this feeling. If you need to focus in on just one of the senses, seeing them, touching them, being able to smell them or hear them, then that's absolutely fine. Doing what works for you, what's right for you. as we cultivate this feeling that arises naturally when we focus on someone or a pet or a child or someone who's easy to love, we're going to take this another stage. So there's 2 stages to this meditation, and you can choose where you stay or move to with this. If what's right for you now is to stay with this feeling that we've been cultivating, the feeling that comes up when you picture, when you use your senses to imagine taste, smell, touch, and you put yourself in this place with this person or this pet that you love, then stay here. Stay with this. If it feels right for you, you might want to play with the idea, experiment, see what it would be like for you to receive some of that feeling that you're giving out now. If you were to receive some of it for you. Sometimes it can be easier to cultivate that feeling, to give it away, than it is to receive it. If you have chosen to take that step, then perhaps just noticing if doing so brings up particular thoughts for you or particular feelings that tell you something about where you are right now with receiving care. And if at any point this becomes difficult, you can always return to the image, the touch, the smell of that person or animal that you connected with at the start. If you have chosen to take that step, we're just going to start to return now by going back to that first step of cultivating that feeling when you picture and sense that person or animal that you've cared for. Seeing if you can immerse yourself in what it's like to be with them. What you can see, what you can hear, any sense of touch. Any sense of smell. And connecting with that feeling that it creates within you. Within your body. As we start to move towards bringing ourselves back to the world around us, when you're ready to, just moving your attention back to the breath in the here and now. You are the best judge of what's right for you at any moment. See if you can trust in your ability to make that choice of where you need to be at this moment. And if it's to stay with this feeling, then stay with this feeling. If you're ready to, just coming back to the breath, just as we did at the start. Noticing the breath, perhaps at the place that it's most vivid for you. Gateways of the nose or the throat. Rise and fall of your belly. Perhaps noticing a breath from the moment that it enters your body to the moment that it leaves. Perhaps noticing any change in temperature of the breath as it enters, as it travels, as it leaves. As we start opening up to the world around us, seeing if you can get a sense of the whole of your body sat here breathing. Perhaps tuning in to your feet on the floor, your body on the chair, places that it's being supported, places that it's not. The touch of clothes on your skin. And opening to sounds coming to your ears. When you're ready, as part of the process of coming back to the world around us, if your eyes are closed, just opening them. And starting to take in what you can see, and just resting in this awareness until the sound of the bells. As always with meditation, afterwards taking care of yourself if you need to move, stretch, jump about, doing whatever you need to do, whatever's right for you. And as I said, if you are not ready to come back yet and you're staying with that feeling, that's fine. Just tune out the sound of my voice until you feel ready to come back. So that was a meditation that is slightly different from the mindfulness that we usually do in these sessions, based on a kind of practice called loving kindness, which is really about cultivating feelings within yourself that exist already, but bringing our mind and our body towards them, guiding our attention towards them. And each time you do so, you tune the mind towards them, to noticing them. So because of the natural need to survive, we have the fight-flight system that really tunes us into anxieties, to worries, to what goes wrong. And there isn't such a need to tune into more positive feelings like love or kindness, or to apply them to ourselves. So we don't naturally do it. And sometimes meditations like this can help us practice bringing our mind in that direction, which makes it easier for you to feel those things, especially in a time like this right now, when for a lot of people things are very difficult. It can be really helpful to have this resource of being able to develop those feelings within you, for others, and for yourself. So going at whatever pace or whatever stage feels right for you, and if it feels right for you to stay at that stage where you just experience cultivating that feeling, thinking of a pet or a child or someone who's very easy to love, then staying at that stage. But when you feel ready, just experimenting, just seeing what it's like to give some of that back to yourself, to receive care as well as to give it out. Okay, so I hope you found that useful, and I will see you all next week for Mindful Mondays. And of course, if you have any questions, do leave comments or do message me directly. As I'm sure you know, every Tuesday I do a Tuesday questions session, so I will answer your questions if you have them, either on mindfulness or mindfulness for sports performance enhancement. Okay, take care everyone, see if you can stay present. Bye.